go? And this is El Cheapo. This is basically a PC I put together recently with a pretty tight budget. I was able to get everything put together for around $136. Most of these parts were purchased from either Craigslist or eBay, and a lot of this stuff is pretty readily available. Alright, so the first part we got here is an Intel Xeon X 3450. This is basically a first generation i7 equivalent. It's got 4 cores, 8 threads based on a 45 nanometer process, and does really well, especially for the price I got it for. I got it for $11, and it supports overclocking, which is always a nice touch. The motherboard we got is a pretty generic motherboard. It's just an Asus board. It's compatible with our chip, and for $20 it will do the job. Same with the RAM. Nothing too special here, just 4 sticks of 2 gigabytes, so we got 8 gigabytes total, and got this off eBay for $15, and it'll definitely do the job. For our graphics card, we got an AMD 7870 gigahertz edition. This is a Gigabyte model, comes with 2 gigabytes of VRAM, and I was able to pick this up for $30. Now this is awesome value for this card, as it's about on par with the GTX 1050. If you can find these locally, you can usually find them at a really good value, and I highly recommend them. For our SSD, it's pretty cheap. It's just 120 gigabyte SSD. Picked it up for $10, and it'll be great for a boot drive. For our power supply, we just have a generic 500 watt Rosewill unit. The cables don't look good, and it's only 500 watts, but it was $10, and it'll get the job done. For our case, we got a Rosewill FBM X2. This thing is awesome value for $30, and if you can find it on sale, I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's see how this thing can perform in some games. Most of the games can be played in 1080p, but some of them I do recommend putting them down to 720p. Alright, so there you guys go. The benchmarks proved some pretty good numbers for this thing. I was pretty surprised, especially on like Overwatch and some of the lower end titles. You're getting some pretty decent frame rates that Xeon can really hold its own, and you can actually probably pair it with a better GPU, much more powerful than the 7870. But for $136, it's a pretty balanced system. Anyway, thanks everybody this far. Hopefully this is helpful if you want to be a baller on the budget. And yeah, like the video if you liked it. Let me know your thoughts, and hope you have a good one. Thanks. Bye.